We have breaking news from the NHL and the International Ice Hockey Federation. All 12 participating countries in the Olympic hockey tournament for the 2026 Olympics have named their first 6 players on their rosters. We'll recap who's been selected coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, today we're taking a look at some big news out of the International Ice Hockey Federation, which impacts a lot of teams and a lot of players in the NHL. Of course, as we know, the 2026 Winter Games, of course, will be coming up next year in Italy. And today's the big day. We get the announcement for participating countries in the hockey tournament, who will be their first 6 players named and confirmed to their rosters. So let's get started and go through some of these big announcements. We've got a lot to go through here, so dive in. The first one we got today was Latvia. The Latvians have announced a couple of goaltenders, including Elvis Merzlikins of the Blue Jackets, Seelofs from the Canucks, as well as forwards Teddy Bluger, Zigmas Girgensons. Of course, we had a couple defensemen as well, and Uvis Belingas and Rodrigo Abols. So we have 6 players from the Latvian national team there. The Finns have, of course, a trio of Dallas Stars from their Finnish Mafia. Mikko Rantanen joins Miro Heiskanen and Esa Lindell, a couple of blue liners. We got UC Saros between the pipes, and of course, a couple other big forwards in Sasha Barkov and Sebastian Aho. So the Finns well represented. I wouldn't say there's really any surprises there at all. Team Italy, of course, they don't have NHL players on their roster. They've got Luca Zanata, Daniel Mantenuto, Damian Clara, Thomas Larkin, Diego Kostner, and Tommy Perdeller. We have Team Czechia, which of course is a very solid team as well, with some big-time forwards like David Pasternak, Marty Necas, Pavel Zacha, as well as Andre Palat. Between the pipes, we have Lucas Dostal, and on the blue line, they have Radko Gudas, current captain of the Anaheim Ducks. So a good group there for the Czechia team. The Swiss team also well represented. Some strong players in the NHL, including defenseman Roman Josi from Nashville. A couple of Devils, or a few Devils actually, including Nico Hischier, Jonas Siegenthaler, and Timo Meyer. Of course, we got Kevin Fiala, the Los Angeles Kings, and Nino Niederreiter. So that's a really strong team as well for the Swiss team. The German team actually pretty good as well. There was a big omission, in my opinion, though, for the Germans. Of course, led by Leon Draisaitl, no surprise there. Timmy Stützle, the Ottawa Senators. Mo Seider from the Red Wings. Philip Grubauer. Right now, the Kraken will be their goaltender. And a couple more forwards, including Nico Sturm and Lucas Reichel. But where in the world is J.J. Peterka? That one I found quite surprising. I mean, I kind of expected Nico Sturm and Lucas Reichel to make this team. I just didn't think they would be named ahead of Peterka. So I found that rather interesting myself. Team Slovakia consists of first overall pick of the Montreal Canadiens, Juraj Slafkovský. Tomas Tatar, still one of the best names in hockey. Simon Nemec, Eric Chernak, of course, of the Lightning. Martin Pospisil of the Flames, and Martin Ferivari of the Washington Capitals. So a pretty good group there for the Slovaks. Team Denmark also, who of course upset Canada at the World Championships, and I know they're going to probably have very different teams, but the Danish team, to be honest, probably won't be drastically different as compared to Canada. But of course, led by Nikolai Ehlers, who scored some big goals in some brief appearances after coming over into that tournament once the Jets were eliminated. Of course, goalie Freddie Anderson will be solid for them. Veteran forward Lars Eller. Oliver Bjorkstrand, another one, of course, who ended up being moved to the Lightning at the deadline. Jonas Romberg, of course, another solid player. Jesper Jensen Abo as well. So certainly some pretty good players there for Denmark. I expect to see a decent showing from them. Team France, of course, a few NHLers, but not as many as, of course, a lot of the bigger countries here. But we have Alex Texier, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, Jordan Perret, Jules Bosco, Hugo Gallet, and Johan Ovotu. Team Sweden's pretty stacked as well. One big surprise to me is I'm not shocked that he's going to go. I didn't know that he would be that, on the roster here like that early. But Gabriel Landeskog, of course, who made his big return after multiple years away, battling a knee injury, is on the roster for Sweden. So great. I'm super happy for him. Obviously, he's in a good place. I wasn't sure after the playoffs how he was feeling and, what would be next for him, but this is a huge step. Of course, Willie Nylander joins that roster, Adrian Kempe, Lucas Raymond on the forward group, Victor Hedman and Rasmus Dahlin. Of course, no big surprises there on the back end. The Swedes, of course, will be one of the stronger teams in the tournament. Absolutely no surprises there, really, except for Landeskog. I thought Philip Forsberg might get the nod, but obviously he'll be on the team as well, I'm sure. But Landeskog gets the nod here for the first 6. Team USA, a little bit different than the Four Nations. They named both Tkachuk brothers, who were the standout players for them at the Four Nation tournament. So you get Brady Tkachuk and Matthew Tkachuk, followed up by Jack Eichel, Austin Matthews, Charlie McAvoy, and Quinn Hughes. So really no shockers there really at all. Obviously, for me, I wondered if they might name a goalie in Connor Hellebuyck. I thought the Tkachuk brothers and Hughes, Matthews were like a lock. I figured Eichel, McAvoy were pretty close to being a lock, but I thought maybe they might leave one off and name Hellebuyck. But hey, this is a great roster, a deep team. Will contend for a gold medal, I'm sure, and they can name their goalies later. Obviously, for a lot of the stronger nations, choosing not to name goalies right up front, except for a couple there. So no surprise. And Team Canada, of course, not many shockers here either. Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon, Connor McDavid, Cale Makar, Sam Reinhart, and Braden Point. Reinhart, I knew would be on the team. I wondered if he would be a top 6, though. I thought they might go with Brad Marchand. Obviously, has a lot of history now with Team Canada. And after his playoff performance, I kind of wondered where he had a smaller role at the Four Nations. I was like, well, depending on how things are going for him next year, I could see, there's a good chance he'll be on the team, but it wouldn't be shocked maybe if he wasn't. But at this point, after his playoff performance, I really thought he would be a lock. He's not there, but I suspect if he starts strong next year, he's definitely going to be on the team. But obviously, you get Point and Reinhardt, some of the better two-way players, options for Canada. So all in all, it's going to be a pretty awesome tournament. Lots of great names named to these early rosters. So we'll certainly love to know your reactions to the players that have been named, and give me lots of opinions and thoughts and comments on who else is going to be named to these rosters. Obviously, the performance for many of these guys around the NHL season will be pivotal to being named for the remaining roster spots, which will be confirmed and announced sometime later into the month of December. So stay tuned for further updates. So let me know your thoughts, and we'll discuss in the comments. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.